What up, all my fellow crafty peeps? Hi, my name is Judy, and if you haven't been to my channel before, I do sewing DIYs and sewing tutorials, and so pretty much whatever I feel like making this week. So this week, I decided to do a really easy, quick, fast, simple tutorial to make these Fob Wristlet keychains, because I got these Fob hardware for Christmas. So if you want to see how to make these, they're super easy, super cute and quick. Make sure you stick around and watch. For this project, you will need 2 pieces of fabric that measure 1 5/8 inch by 10.5 inches. You can do 2 the same or 2 different like me. And then you're going to need 2 pieces of fusible fleece that measure 1 3/8 of an inch by 10 1/4 of an inch. And then also you're going to need your Fob hardware. Mine is 1 inch. You can use 1 1/4. You will just have to adjust your dimensions if you do a little bit bigger. The first thing you're going to need to do is center your pieces of fusible fleece onto your strips of fabric and fuse them to the fabric. Then you want to line up your fabric pieces right sides together and pin the sides. And then you're going to sew down both long sides of your pieces of fabric at a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. And then I trimmed my seam allowances down a little bit, and then I hooked a safety pin in the end of one of my tubes and then kind of pulled it through / used a wooden skewer to push it so my tube would become right side out. Then I kind of rolled the edges of my tube and ironed it nice and flat on both sides. And then I sewed down the long edges of my tube / fabric, whatever you want to call it, at a 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. Then fold it in half and sew your 2 raw edges together using a zigzag stitch, and I went back and forth a couple times just to make sure it was securely fastened. Then I lined up the raw edge inside of my Fob hardware, and then I slowly pressed both sides with my pliers, and make sure you go gently on this and slowly, otherwise you'll snap the Fob hardware like I did and had to redo it. And here are the finished wristlets that I made. I love how they turned out, and I loved using the contrasting fabrics on the inside to give it a little bit of more pop. So hopefully you enjoyed that tutorial. Like I said, it's super quick, super easy. The only thing you might have to go out and get that you may not already have is Fob hardware, but I can link the hardware that I got off of Amazon, or I'm sure you can find it at any craft store like Hobby Lobby or Joann's. But hopefully I inspired you to make this yourself. So make sure that you like and subscribe so that way you can see what I make next. Bye!